Welcome back to Moonshine Performance. Today we got something a little bit different in here. This is a 68 Camaro. It's got a 350 in it, and it sounds pretty good, runs pretty good, but there's a tranny leak. And see that puddle right there? There's also another puddle up there from when it was sitting up further, but that small puddle starting, it's only been sitting in this position for about 5-10 minutes now. And we got a tranny fluid leak. Another mechanic had looked at it before us, and they claimed that it needs a dipstick tube. And I mean, that very well could be, so we're going to get under there and look at it and make sure we know that that's all it needs. But that's what we're working on today, so I think we're going to try to jimmy this thing. We might have to take some stuff off and move the motor, or perhaps drop something down, that way we can get to it. But yeah, we're going to keep working on this thing. Again, this is a 68. But it's a nice car. Looks good.
Underneath the car, see there's a pretty annoying leak right there. And it appears it is coming from the dipstick tube. They got a... Let's see if I can get a good shot at it. Yeah, you see the dipstick tube right there? There's RTV caked around it, and that looks like it's a pretty obvious location where the dipstick tube is, or where it's leaking at. You know, because obviously fluid travels downhill. So I'll have to take it out from up top here, up at the bell housing. Probably get a long, I'm holding the camera all screwy. Probably get a long extension. Get to that top bolt there. Probably make a long extension all the way coming back here. Get to that bolt. It's a pretty tight fit.
In order to get that top bell housing bolt, we had to use a whole bunch of extensions with a swivel on the end, and we were able to get up under there and had the ratchet coming out by the tail shaft, and made it a lot easier. The dipstick was mounted to one of them bolts, and then we obviously taking precautions, keeping everything covered, but we went ahead and marked timing. I don't know if you guys, that black mark right there, that's going to line up with the bolt. It's kind of weird orientation that you guys are in, but that means we have to take the distributor out in order to get the dipstick tube out, because we have to kind of slide it that way in order to pull it out. And we're also going to take the cap off the distributor and put the rotor either forward or backwards. That way we know we can have it in the same exact spot when we go to put the distributor back in. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. All right, well, there's some RTV in the hole where the dipstick tube goes in, and so we want to drain the whole tranny and drop the pan, and put a new gasket up there. First of all, that way we know we're getting a really good seal, because we know that we did it, and because who knows what it looks like in there, but then we can tell the owner that, you know, it's got a good seal. And second of all, there's RTV that has probably dropped down in there, and we don't want that moving around. And I guess there's a third reason where we want to make sure that hole is completely clean before we try to put the new one in and see what it feels like. And that way we can inspect it and make sure the hole's not jimmied out or out around, or there's nothing wrong with the case. So I've gotten the two trans support, whatever that's called, cross member bolts out over there, and I've got these two out in the middle here. And then Brett's going to get these last two in here, and we're going to take that and slide it back. That way we can access the pan bolts and drop the pan. All right, we got this tranny jacked up here. We're going to go ahead and slide that cross member back.
So we get these bolts.
That way, so slide it back forward so they can see. So you can't access it when it's slid forward. See, you can't get them. And then when you slide it back, you can get to them. I don't know if you guys see that, but we can get to them now. And so we're going to drop this. Do you think, is there still meat on the tranny on that mount up there?
We'll find one and drop it.
We'll go ahead and, you want to do that now?
Yep.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and drop the tranny back down. Real slow like. And then we can pull that jack out from underneath it here. And then we can get to all those pan gasket bolts. And so we're going to go ahead and drop the pan and see what we find. We got the tranny pan down, and as you can see, there's fluid all the way around here. It drained what looks like from that corner, I would say. But there's not really a lot of RTV on this thing, and it didn't really get a good seal. And once tranny fluid breaks into that seal just a tad bit, it's game over. It's done. It's going to start leaking, and you're not going to be able to fix it. And he was under there. He noticed when you take all the bolts out, the pan just started falling. Every single pan that we've ever taken off of our race cars and stuff like that, you can literally beat with a hammer with all the bolts out and it won't come out. You have to really pry at it. So this thing really did not have a good seal, so I'm sure it was leaking from the pan as well. And so I'm gonna run to O'Reilly's right now, grab a cork pan gasket because we like that a little bit better, and we'll throw it back up there and let her seal overnight, and then we'll throw some more fluid in it and run through the gears and see what it looks like. Well, it's been a couple days since we last recorded, but that gasket's off, and this is kind of what it looks like. You can tell this pan's, I mean, it is not in good shape, and I just don't know how this thing's sealed in the first place. But we decided to get a new pan. So, let me get under here. We've got a nice aluminum pan up under there, and a little bit thicker around the walls, or like where it bolts up at, and it looks so much better. It is so much nicer to work with, and we got a new gasket up in there, got some good RTV clearance coverage in there, and the dipstick tube feels really good still, and we even put RTV on that just for a precaution, and we're thinking it's going to be good. But we went through and adjusted the shift linkage and made sure that was working all right, and we are going to go ahead and throw some fluid in her now and see if she leaks. But that's what we're going now. So like I said, we got a new pan in, new gasket on, and hopefully it's good. All right, well, you know we have to take this thing for a test drive, so
Nobody waves at him. We're gonna be pissed off.
yeah, we're gonna be mad if we don't get any waves, but
Thumbs up.
this thing's a sweet ride. Pretty cool in here. Nice car. So we're just making sure everything feels good, making sure that nothing leaks when we get back, and we're just taking it around the block now. All right, we made it back here. We're gonna pop the hood and check the tranny fluid again. All right, we're a little bit low on the dipstick, so we're gonna go ahead and add some more tranny fluid in here. Car does have a slight miss. If you listen real close, you can hear it. I'll shut up for a second. Sounds like there's also some rocker noise going on under here, so lucky for him, we happen to be engine builders, and we might be building a big block for this thing. He's kind of kicking around the idea of a new motor for it, so whatever he decides to do is all right with us, and this thing will be nice and healthy. Getting something? What? Your right turn signal's